Good morning, motherfucker!
Welcome to another episode of Zelch. I am Cyrek.
I'm Ebon.
I'm Llevoc.
And I'm Zach. Wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense.
It does this time.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go with it and question it later. Anyway, Cyrek, go ahead.
So today's episode is talking about Yu Yu Hakusho, and to start off, I'm going to talk about my favorite character, who is Kurama, because to me, Kurama. What?
What?
Shut up and let me talk. Yeah, goddamn, G jerk.
No. You're going to say something else.
Was not.
Uh-huh.
So
Take a shot.
every episode, every character in Yu Yu Hakusho is very well developed throughout the series, but I believe that Kurama has some of the most intense character development throughout the series. He starts off like Hiei as a villain to Yusuke and slowly becomes his friend, though he's not really a villain in the beginning because he's just trying to help his mom. And that is a noble goal, to try and do whatever you can to help your family. Though he did go about it in the wrong way, but soon became a very good friend to Yusuke, Hiei, Kuwabara, and went on helping Yusuke in solving mystery thriller type cases for Koenma. And also his beneficial help in the Dark Tournament and on solidified him as my favorite character because his fights were amazing. Him just pulling out every stop that he could to prolong the fights, or just whenever he turns into his full demon form to wreck someone's shit, was amazing.
I still don't think that his character development was that great, to be
Hold on,
honest.
Llevoc. We're not done yet.
So with his character development, he goes from being very closed off to the group initially and opens up more as the story goes on, especially in the Three Kings arc, where he is stuck on the sideline hoping that Yusuke can win the final fight, and is sad to see his friend leave and have to leave him behind in the demon world. And he's shown, at least in the manga, assisting everyone get through not having Yusuke around, though it's not shown in the anime itself.
Hey, let's go ahead and keep an eye on the chat so we can know when we need to wrap it up.
All right.
That way, because we are on a limited time today. I don't know if that's been explained yet. We just have a limited time because Zach has to go get drunk later on today. It's part of his medication. So
Yep. Always.
I love medication. Medication's
Are
great.
you done on that one, or
Yeah.
okay? So this one was kind of hard for me because, like Cyrek, Kurama was a very close favorite for me, and the only reason why I didn't pick him is because I kind of thought his character just didn't really fill out at the end of the show the way that I wanted him to. He was straight and simple. He wanted power. He wanted to be the strongest. He got mad when he found out he was only a B-class demon, or not a C-class, high C-class demon, when they were going up against Tora. So for me, Hiei was just straightforward. He wanted to be a strong person, and he was upset that he lost to somebody who was a human. He knew what he was. He did whatever it took to get power. And he was also had the coolest attack in the entire show, and no one can say differently.
Oh, no, I could, but anyways.
Well, that's because you drink a lot, so shush. And also, he had a really cool tattoo. That's all for me. I'll let Zach continue.
My favorite character is Yusuke. Firstly, because I'm a basic bitch.
Oh, I was all saying.
Well. Why
Secondly, because he's the main character, and he has to be the favorite, obviously. So, hold on while my roommate walks out of the room. Anyways, no, I enjoyed Yusuke's story arc altogether. And the character growth that he had through each of the seasons and everything. I mean, he kind of still remained a jackass throughout pretty much the entirety of the show, and he was pretty fucking arrogant. But he's still he grew in subtle ways, and you saw that in the ways that he was willing to give up his chance of coming back to life and everything at the end of the first season, even though it was going to turn to a monster and eat him anyways. But just those subtle character growths and everything, I enjoyed that. And then watching his plot unfold, finding out that he's half demon and not just a half demon, but one of the strongest ones out there. That's I thought it was entertaining. So, anyways, yeah, basic bitch reasons for him being my favorite character.
Yeah, but which makes no sense because you have such of a the cool bar attitude.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Llevoc, what do you think? Who's your favorite character? Why?
Well, I'm gonna go with Kuwabara for the best character development, and here's why.
No, that actually makes sense.
Now let's think about okay, first off, he was a complete and utter idiot. We all can agree, right? We can all agree he's an idiot.
He's smart in some aspects. When it comes to social interactions, he's not.
But with his whole entire education, he started studying. He wants to go to college.
He was loyal to his friends to a 100% T.
That's true, but he still wanted to kick Yusuke's ass all the fucking time. It's just that
was just their relationship, though.
I don't know.
Yeah, it didn't really work out for him, but we'll let it slide.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
But how many characters do you know gets a fucking lightsaber? Let's be for real.
Oh, you went there. You really went there.
Well, how many characters get a finger gun?
First off, I'm just going to point this out. Hiei did. Anyway, Llevoc, continue.
Fuck out of here.
I'm just saying. Lightsaber, I win. But anyways, back to what I was saying. He started caring about his education. He cares deeply about his friends, like you mentioned, and his sister. He doesn't just want to he just wants to take care of his family. He even started busting his ass off just to get stronger because he doesn't like to remaining weak. He doesn't like how Yusuke keeps freaking getting ahead of him. So it has that, kind of rivalry relationship as well. So, but throughout the whole entire show, he's always, even though he's pretty much he's pretty much not the attitude of Vegeta to Goku, but he's pretty much the Vegeta to Goku in the matter of strength. But his character development seems pretty much pretty like one of the strongest in the show.
And you even talk like him. It's pretty funny.
But that's why I disagree with with Cyrek about Kurama's character development, because it's kind of like he just started off smart as fuck and strong right off the bat. He just lost a lot of power for being human.
Stuck in a human's body.
Well, stuck in a human's body.
All right, so if Llevoc's done, let's start this round robin of getting everybody to talk. So, on what you said, Llevoc, of him being smart, let's all admit that Kurama's probably the smartest one out of the group.
Oh, no shit. He really is.
And he's the best battle analyst, too. Everybody can fight, and Yusuke, sure, yeah, he can fight in a straight-up fight. But Kurama will challenge you
to a staring contest and make you laugh.
Well, yeah, that too.
That did happen.
He'll plant you a fucking man.
He's also very precise in his attacks.
Yeah, well, when you have a thorn and a needle to attack people with.
So pretty much we can say if anyone had to be a leader, it would be Kurama.
Battle-wise.
That's
Well,
right, bitches.
What? I mean, not Yusuke, it'd be Kurama.
Yeah,
Whatever.
stop being-
Man.
Stop being basic. I think he's already drank too much.
Why are you drinking
No.
sharing?
I
yeah.
will
Hey,
give Hiei this.
I can hear you rubbing your hands in the mic.
What are you talking about?
I know. I can hear
know. I
Can you hear it now?
it.
I will give Hiei this. He has the best lines out of the entire show.
think he's
Like-
the most
Debatable.
badass of the whole entire show. If he is just he is he.
I mean, whenever they're going to the Dark Tournament, Hiei's sitting there up on the railing because he wants to be taller than everyone. And whenever Genkai, disguised as another fighter, starts to approach the ring on the boat, he wants to see what Genkai can do, and then be like, "Oh, if he kills everyone, we just kill him."
Well,
Yeah, I forgot about that scene. See, the
I did
best part
too.
about this show is how old it is. You can literally rewatch it and find out new stuff. So I watched it as a kid. I don't know about anybody else here,
I
but
watched it when we were in Turkey.
I was all for it. I started watching this when I was like, I don't know, 11, 12, whenever it was on Funimations.
No, it was not on Funimation. It was on Toonami.
Toonami, that's what it was. Yeah, you were 100% correct. See, I'm fucking old. Leave me alone. Yeah, and the first time I ever watched the episode, I was actually in southern Florida at my uncle's house. And I found it on his big old screen TV. And the first episode I ever watched was Yusuke fighting that one dude in the swamp during the whole Who's Gonna Be My Student arc for God damn it, Cyrek, what?
Genkai.
Genkai, there it is. Yeah. That was like, it got me hooked right there and there.
Dishonor on you, dishonor on your family.
Sorry, cow.
Leave the cows out of it.
No, the cow suffers too.
No, the cow feeds you.
Well, yeah, but the cow suffers too.
I mean, yeah, you're right, but
You guys are really arguing over a cow.
look,
You're
man,
a cow specifically.
I will argue over any animal in
What
this
are we
show.
in? The feudal age?
Yes.
Yeah.
My cow's better than your cow.
I mean,
Yeah,
if it's bigger and stronger and has more meat, it's a good possibility that my cow would be better than your cow.
Wait, we're still talking about animals, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Hey, now.
But-
Listen here, motherfucker.
The fatter the cow, the better the cow. Which is so opposite of the humans. The fatter the human, the worthless human.
Mm-hmm. It's
Ain't
true.
life a bitch.
The fatter the human, the more of a politician.
Ooh.
Oh, we went there. Zarek.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang! Bang!
There it is.
Oh, there we go.
Gotta be quicker on those draws, Zarek.
I'm
Yeah.
getting there, but
There's your
we
fire.
need to continue on the topic, not talk about cows.
You were absolutely right.
Actually, I
He's just
I
jealous because he doesn't have a cow.
I actually have to go. I need to go get drunk.
All right, have fun with that.
I
Yep.
knew it. God
So-
damn alcoholic.
There we go. So it was fun.
Are you at least going to get white girl wasted?
I don't know, maybe. I'll let you know if I'm passed out.
How the hell are you going to let us know if you're passed out?
Exactly. All right. See you guys.
And then along came Zeus. He hurled his thunder
And he's gone. All right. Let's get this serious conversation going now. What
Yes, it's
the
the
hell?
real-
Fox? Why do you like Kurobara? What the fuck is that shit? He is like literally the most worthless character in the entire show. The only time he was actually worth a damn is when he started cutting through dimensions.
Well, to be honest about the whole Karabara, I really don't think he's my favorite character, but everyone
All right,
picks a different
we need to start
character.
being honest right the fuck now. Who's your favorite character and why?
My
Look
favorite
at-
character?
Look at Zera's face. Look at that face. That is him right now looking at you, grabbing some anime titties.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Well, we all
Stop lying to
know
us.
the best. Okay, we all know the best character in the show is Ryzen.
What?
What?
Really?
What?
Did, I'm sorry. Do I need to slap you with the front or the back?
Ryzen had literally like 3 minutes of screen time. Are you kidding
Do
me?
you know I'm pulling your fucking leg?
He's pulling real hard, and it's not the big leg on the left or the right. It's the one in the middle.
Whoa!
He's taking your shit, bruh.
Whoa! Now you're scaring me.
Yeah, and
Now I'm gonna cry.
go to
Get
your
over
corner.
it.
Anyway, so let's go on. Like, who's your favorite character and why? Like, let's be legit now that the alcoholic is out of the scene.
Honestly, my favorite character is Hiei out of them all. But
you copycat.
yeah, so I'm not trying to be a copycat. That's why I just said, you know what? I said that's why when I started, I said the best character development. Did I ever say he was my favorite character?
You're right. No, okay. So why do you like Hiei more than anybody else? I mean, I stated the obvious. Go in depth.
To be honest, I like his fucking attitude. He's
Fuck
just
yeah,
like he's just like, I will fuck you up, and here's why. Kind of attitude. And I kind of like, he's kind of, I don't want to say like he follows the crowd to get stronger, but he does follow the crowd to get stronger. So he knows who he should stick with. So
He just believes that because Urameshi beat him up, that he can learn not really learn. He can fight stronger people to get stronger.
He also learned that his demon form is kind of worthless because you notice he never went to it again. Ever.
Yeah. Yeah. Even with his demon form is also inorganic to himself. Because remember, he was experimented on, given him the third eye, and that demon form is from the third eye. So it's useless to him.
When was that explained?
That was explained whenever he was introduced.
I don't remember that. I just remember him going to his demon form and like, this is my true form. I see everywhere. You can't hit me. And Yusuke is like, come here, bitch.
Yeah, no, the third eye that he has is what causes his demon form. And it was inorganic. It was given to him because he was trying to save his sister, Kuina. And
Someone double check his name for his sister because I don't think that's right.
is it not Kuina?
That doesn't sound right, no.
but and another thing, I love his his darkness flame attack. He's just like, this may fuck me up in the long run, but
That's where his tattoo came from. That was the best part. Like
Yukina.
There
Sorry.
you go. That sounds better.
But
Yukina.
like he had one of the most overpowered attacks at all, like completely in the whole entire show.
Though, like it might have been during the tournament, but at the end of it, it really wasn't that overpowered. The only part that got it overpowered was probably when he used it on himself, and it just amplified his power, which I still don't quite understand how that worked.
Science.
What?
This is anime. There's no such thing as science.
Well,
What?
Motherfuckers float.
well,
Science says gravity will not let you float.
and that's why the Earth is flat.
What?
Oh no, that's another discussion later.
What? No, we are talking about this right now. What did you say, Llevoc?
This is that's why people believe the Earth is flat.
No.
Hey, can you guys hear anything? You know what I hear? I hear the sound of you shutting the fuck up.
Oh man, you
Love it.
that escalated quickly.
All right, so Hiei's power, yes, I fully 100% think that is the best move. Did anyone else notice that his tattoo changed throughout the tournament? First, it was just a dragon going up his arm sideways, and then at the end of it, it wrapped around his arm.
Because it was taking over more and more.
Yep. Yeah, I wanted to see if Llevoc knew.
Bullshit. You're just
You're
pissed off that Cyrek stole your thunder. You don't have to lie.
Kind
It's
of.
okay.
I'm a little upset that he didn't do that. Yeah.
I know a lot about Yu Yu Hakusho, except for I get names screwed up sometimes.
Oh, yeah? Well,
Well, that's not entirely true. No, you have a perfect. Your reasoning is sound. I agree with you on a lot of it.
like I just want to go back to my reason why I really like them. He has so many different types of moves compared to Yusuke. Yeah, it's cool. But like he has what he has like the flamethrower, the sort of the darkness flame, the mortal flame bullshit. All this, and the cool bar has a fucking lightsaber.
Yeah, but the lightsaber is the black lightsaber. Did we talk about that in our Star Wars episode? I think we did a little bit. Stay in your lane. Anyway, so favorite arcs. Cyrek, how about you start with your favorite arc? Why was your favorite arc? And we'll move on. We got a lot to talk about, so let's just move on to the next topic.
All right. My favorite arc of the entire series has to be the Dark Tournament arc, or Demon World arc. Specifically because we get the most badass villain in the younger Toguro. Also, Jin is a fucking great character. The one that had the
one that
Irish
talks really
accent.
weird. Like yeah. Jin, I like Jin.
Of course you do.
Jin is a great character. And also, the stakes are raised so high because originally we only had certain people dying off in the show. Yeah, Yusuke died in the first episode, but he was brought back as a spirit and didn't technically die because it wasn't his time.
But what about Chu? I mean, he fights with the drunken fist. Come on now.
Chu is great as well. But the Dark Tournament arc raised the stakes so high in the show and in the manga that you actually felt that the group, one of them could die at any moment.
Well, here's why. And to be honest, I still agree that the Dark Tournament arc is my favorite, and it introduces more characters than any other arc, if you haven't noticed that.
How dare you agree with him? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, well, you sound like 2 against 1. Sounds like you're shit out of luck.
Oh, no, I have a different arc that's my favorite, believe it or not.
Huh. Okay.
So Llevoc, how about you go ahead and say the next why you love the arc so much? And I'll be last since I have a different view, and I just want to put it out there and give us something to discuss.
Okay, well, like I said, first, it introduced so many different characters just because it's the tournament. How many characters you get to meet? Different personalities. It also introduces there's other good demons, good bad demons, just showing that you could be anything in the show. So I like it. Like I said, I like Chu. Chu's probably one of my favorites in the show besides Jin. And he's he was kind of like one of those kind of really big, respectful fighters too. All he wanted to do was have a good time. So
that's a good reason.
And I like the the villain progression too, with the younger and elder Tagoro brothers. Fuck, he did not even care about his the elder Tagoro. I mean, he technically lived, but he's literally legitimately tried if I could kill him. And
Technically lived.
yeah, you know what I mean by that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So, for the long aspect of the show, sure, the tournament was probably the best arc for like character development and character introductions. But what really got you hyped, for me anyway, was when Yusuke was fighting I can't remember his name.
Sensui?
Yeah, Sensui, and it was just he found out he was part demon. Everything everyone thought was.
Are you talking about the crap? What was it?
He had the sacred power, the 7 sacred powers, and the 7 personalities.
Yeah, that was one weird dude.
He was weird, but you found out what Yusuke really was and why he was so good at what he did. And then that led up to another tournament, which for me was a way better tournament because it had all 3 Demon Kings fighting each one of our characters that we love. And let's be real, every single one of them put up a hell of a good fight. And you know who wasn't there in that tournament? Worthless ass Kurobar.
Bitch.
He's like the Zach of our group.
Yeah. Poor Zach. But nobody.
Anyway, that's my opinion. Let's talk. What do you think? Why do you think the Tournament of Power, or God damn it,
The Demon World Tournament?
Too late. You said it.
Dragon Ball Super, come save me.
The Dark Tournament?
The Dark Tournament was better than the final showdown to make our characters the best.
So, as I said, it introduced some of the greatest characters and the greatest villain, which is the younger Tagoro. And it raised the stakes because you didn't know if one of the characters were actually going to make it out alive. Because there were points that I was like, he is not going to make it out of this fight. He used his Dark Dragon power. It's going to consume him entirely now. And he was out of the fight. He was out of the tournament after that.
Yeah, if it was any other show but in anime, I probably would have thought the same way.
But I was watching this around the same time you were whenever I was younger, watching it on Toonami. So I was just introduced. I was just introduced to it.
Yeah, so before I got really deep into anime, I started, obviously, my first anime was Dragon Ball Z, and no one died because of Dragon Balls. But then I started watching Yu Yu Hakusho as my second anime. I thought legitly people were going to die in this anime because of how dark it really got at times. I mean, at the beginning of the Dark Tournament, you saw Toro ripping people's heads off with his thumb. So, like, it was really intense. And so I can't remember what I thought back then when I was at that age, but I might have actually thought the same way. Except the one character that really threw me off that he didn't die was Kurama. I thought he was done for sure. And
especially after he went full demon. Because
no, actually it was way before that. It was when he was fighting that guy who had a parasite attached to his younger fake brother, or you know,
the one that he thought was his brother, but his brother was actually dead the entire time.
Kurama was getting messed up in that tournament. He was literally bleeding to death on stage.
Yeah.
That's literally when I thought he was on down. I was like, oh, okay, this show is going to get good. And then after that, my hopes and dreams died. Just like none of the characters in anime. Ever.
Of course, the only person they're going to kill off is Genkai.
No, she came back too.
I know.
No, in the original she did. In the manga, she's dead.
That makes sense. I've noticed that about mangas and like anime shows is they never want to have that drastic ending, except for Naruto. They actually literally killed off his mentor,
Oh,
Okage.
Jiraiya.
Neji? Who saw Neji dying? Not me.
No, but Neji's story was done even after the original tournament.
You talking about the
I mean, yeah,
cheating
his story was
exams?
done, but he was still an important character from the childhood. He was still Neji.
Yeah,
It was a shocker that they just were like, you know what? Die.
Fuck him. Well, they had to kill someone off that was not important. So
Yeah, kind of wish it was Sakura though.
I finally caught up to you guys.
Such a worthless character.
yeah. There's no debating that. Sakura is useless.
Everybody knows it. Everybody sees it. Trash.
Well, let's all be fair.
She's like a Kurobara in Yu Yu Hakusho. Just worthless.
At least Kuwabara was useful to some point. Also,
Okay, what match did he ever win except for the one that was given to him by Toro Brother? Oh, don't worry, I'll wait.
Well,
Kuwabara wasn't there to win.
he was there to get
like Sakura.
stronger.
He was there to motivate Yusuke. Kuwabara's character, he was there more to motivate Yusuke to go further than he actually thought he could. And he was there to get beat up. That is the folly of Kuwabara's character. He
But the
did.
thing is, I think they could have done a lot more with Kuwabara.
They could have. Though they did make a drastic change in the anime compared to the manga, which we will get to with my least favorite arc, at least in the anime, in a little while.
Hold on. What's your worst arc?
The worst arc for me is the Chapter Black Saga, honestly.
Yeah.
For the anime specifically, not in the manga. The manga, it's done very, very well.
Go on.
So, in the anime, they changed a lot, especially with the what was it called? The barrier between the demon realm and the human realm. Because in the original manga, the barrier actually comes down because Yusuke turns against King Yama because King Yama is brainwashing everybody in the demon realm to obey him and is pretty much wanting the barrier to stay up because he doesn't want the demons to go into the human realm and keep everybody separate. But at the same time, Sensui saw this whenever he was the original detective in Yusuke's place before the story started, and that's why Sensui turned against King Yama. In the manga, the barrier comes down, and you see the demons interact with the humans, and King Yama is displaced from his crown, and Koenma takes over.
What?
Yeah!
Now I have to read this saga in the manga now.
Oh man, I wish I learned how to read.
Sucks to suck, right?
Though they'd still do kill Sensui. Because Sensui wants to do more than just take down the barrier. He wants to eradicate all human life and have the demons take over both worlds.
That was knowledge to me.
Learn something new every day.
I do.
I feel like watching
Not in college,
Yu Yu
because I
Hakusho
graduated.
after this. Hey, I thought you said you can't read. Fucking liar.
Well, yeah, I'm in America. Do you think we speak the truth?
But yeah, why did you think that
Yes,
Koenma?
look at our politics. They tell us the truth all the time, right?
Sure.
You get used to it.
Did someone say goblins?
But no, why do you think Koenma shows up in his adult form most of the time after the Chapter Black saga?
Because no one liked him as a kid, and that was put out multiple times, or not a kid, but a baby, because it was weird.
It was weird,
Why
but
they gave him in a teenage form was literally because they did not like the baby form.
after the Chapter Black saga, the reason he's in that form is because he's now the king of the demon realm.
Knowledge to me. I'm gonna have to read the manga because I don't believe you.
Do it.
I will do it.
He's saying
And I'll do it hard. Quiet.
What?
There it is.
I had to give it a pause.
So I think we all can all agree the best character in the show is Pooh.
Oh, Pooh. I
Yeah,
forgot. Yeah. I always call him the Phoenix.
he pretty much is.
He really is a phoenix. I mean, he kind of died, turned into flames, became a giant bird.
And then they ride around on him.
Oh yeah, the best part was when Yusuke turned demon, and then it transformed. Yeah, that was cool and epic. I'm a nerd. Leave me alone. Don't judge me.
Judging harshly.
I figured.
Still judging.
You literally have a picture of Kuwabara grabbing a girl's boobs.
And
I
your
mean,
point? What's your point?
Hentai.
it's
At least it's not tentacle porn.
hold on. You said Kuwabara. It is Yusuke in Kuwabara's body.
No.
grabbing
No.
boobs.
We go off face value in America, and what you see is what you get.
But this is also an anime, and
No. This is America. You
But
what
this
you
is-
see
no,
is
no,
what
no. This is not America. This is an anime. Fucking nerd.
Wouldn't that make you a nerd? Because you're talking about anime? I mean, we're all talking about anime, but you're like saying this is anime. When really, this is America.
Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your
Leave the
cow.
Leave
No,
the
no, I'm bringing the cow back into this.
No, the cow does not deserve this.
Then how come we deserved it earlier?
Zach's an alcoholic.
Ah, damn. He's not even here. He's still getting making fun of.
Of course. What else would we do? So, anyway, moving on.
Yes.
Rate the anime. On a
Yes.
scale of 1 to 10, out of all the animes that you've seen as a kid growing up, let's not get crazy because there's some really good shows out there. 1 to 10, what do you think? From, I say, childhood.
From childhood?
Yeah, before Naruto time frame, I guess is the best way we can do this. Because Naruto lasted up until like 2012, 13 is when the final episode aired. Something like that.
You're
For
Batman's
Naruto?
wrong. You suck.
The final chapter of Naruto aired the final chapter was published in 2016.
Jesus, I was off.
Shh, you're actually both wrong.
No. Chapter of the manga. The anime ended 2 years later.
But we're not talking about that, are we? We're
Was
talking
it really
about...
2018 when the last episode aired?
Yes.
Yeah. And then they started Boruto. Fucking
That
bullshit.
doesn't sound too right to me because I got my wife into Naruto in 2018 and
No, because I remember when we were deployed in Turkey. I was still keeping up with the show while I was there. Just
yeah, I was
waiting every week
I actually had a life and went to the gym. So
I went to the gym too, motherfucker. And
Yeah,
that's
but
how we
you-
started. And okay, if you're saying you had a life, okay,
300
hold
pounds.
on. I'm gonna destroy you. You're the
No.
one who got me into Yu Yu Hakusho in the
Excuse me.
first place. Where did you get me hooked into Yu Yu Hakusho? Turkey, when we were deployed. Would you watched it with me? So who had a life and went to the gym?
Me still because I outbenched you. I have video proof.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Episode
I'm sure you
500 of Naruto. Shipping aired 23rd of March 2017, so I was off by a year.
Ha! I knew it wasn't 2018. Knew it. Get on my level. I win.
did. You still said 2013.
Shut up. I know what I said. Yeah, I guess when I was deployed in Iraq in 2010, it was when he was fighting pain. So I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe-
back on track since we're getting started talking about Naruto.
Who?
Naruto.
All right, Zarek, start off. Scale of 1 to 10. Explain your reason.
Solid 7. It's above average, but there are stories that have been done better, especially Hunter x Hunter from the same creator is a much better story. He's refined his work.
Hunter
It is... Huh?
Hunter X Hunter?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he has refined his work with Hunter x Hunter. And for its time, it was an amazing show. That it's just some of the jokes are dated and all, but all in all, the story holds up.
Well, they did the Hunter x Hunter. They started
Gotta go round robin.
The
Oh.
story holds up.
hold on. You interrupted Zarek just like a couple seconds ago. I don't want to hear from you, or you get the
Yeah,
background.
but I didn't question him. I was just correcting his name, the naming of the episode. I wasn't questioning what he was saying. I wanted to make sure I was on the right anime.
It's okay, Llevoc. Let me finish explaining this though. It's a solid 7 out of 10. It holds up. The story is still great. There are some dips that it has, character-wise and story-wise, that just pull me out of the story. But it is an amazing story, and if anybody is interested in it, please watch it. I know we've spoiled a lot, but at the same time, it is worth the experience to go through and watch it or read it however you wish. It may be dated. The art style and animation may seem a little clunky now compared to modern anime, but it still has the fluidity of motion, especially in the fight scenes. Ebon, Llevoc, would you like to rate it?
Yes. Honestly, it's in my top 3 most best anime, to be honest. And Ebon showed me it like a few years ago, and I pretty much watched it and then stopped watching it. And I don't know. It may be an older anime. Art style is not the best, but if they ever rebooted it, you best believe I'm going to be watching it. And it's just really good. And there's a lot of things that they did in that show, that you cannot get away with today. So that's another reason why I like it, is if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I got you.
Just like how the old Dragon Ball Z versus Dragon Ball Super, there's a lot of things that if you put on TV now, they'll be like, "Oh, that's not okay."
You mean like Goku kicking boys and girls in their private areas to determine if they're a boy or a girl?
Oh yeah, they took that out of Dragon Ball.
No, I'm talking about him checking Bulma's down there to actually see if she has a thing or not. That happened too. Or Bulma actually, flashing her. She's like, "I'll show you my panties."
So
Yeah, that
funny
shit
enough,
won't fly.
you can still see that on Funimation.
It's
Yeah.
funny because that shit won't fly today because that's bad.
Over here, Japan is totally different. There's a lot of stuff that still go on.
We'll continue the conversation when Llevoc finish.
You right.
But needless to say, you can already look at the picture. Look at Kuwabara. He look at that. He's just like boobies. Even though we all know that it's Yusuke, but that would be what a TV mature. What was this like rated TV 14?
PG.
PG. See, that wouldn't be allowed in PG today. You know it.
You're right.
Exactly.
All right, is that all you got?
Yes.
All right. So I guess it'd be my turn on rating it.
Yes.
And I'm gonna give it a straight 9 out of 10. The only reason why I don't give it a 10 out of 10 is because it does die out pretty early. It doesn't continue after Yusuke's demon transformation. I wish I would have seen more on that. However, for the time frame, I would definitely agree. It was probably the best anime out there besides Dragon Ball Z. I didn't know about Hunter x Hunter until recent years. And the thing about Hunter x Hunter is they redid it. And the anime is 4K now compared to what Yu Yu Hakusho is. And when it goes to Dragon Ball Z, like Llevoc said, 100% 90s to Dragon Ball Super is a different kind of drawing, different kind of animation. They left Yu Yu Hakusho alone, and it is still watched to this day. 9 out of 10. Perfect. Let's go. Let's discuss.
Yeah, I mean, it has the typical hero's journey. It has a character who is pushed into something that he doesn't really wish to do, but has to go through with it to fulfill his needs. And the atypical hero's journey is what we've seen a million times.
Meh.
And it still holds up. It's a timeless story to be told. But there are things that it does different. It introduces villains that, like Hiei, starting out, it introduces a character that
So
is
Dragon
a
Ball
villain.
stolen.
But Hiei still holds on to that rivalry with Yusuke and still wants to fight him. Yes, like Vegeta. However, he still kills no matter what, especially later on.
Hold on. Before we continue this whole debate on Hiei versus Vegeta, which anime came out first so we're not mistaken in this broadcast?
It was Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball did come out first?
Yeah.
All right, so would you say that Yu Yu Hakusho kind of stole that? I don't know if they ever read each other's stuff, but would you say that that mentality was stolen?
Not necessarily, no.
Well, inspired by.
Inspiration is different. Because here's the thing about all right, let's think about this for a second, Ebon. You remember how the show that I got you to watch, Black Clover, and you said it's so predictable.
Did I not call out every single thing that you said was correct on the first 3 episodes?
Now tell me this, and this is how I can tell you that what you're trying to say is wrong. When you're watching Yu Yu Hakusho, was everything absolutely predictable, or did the things just kept throwing you through a loop?
It was a loop, and that's because I was 12.
Okay, well, imagine you didn't watch it. I still think that because I was what? The first time I watched it, I was overseas, and I was like in my early 20s, and it threw me through a loop the whole freaking time. I don't think the show was predictable. I mean, some things were predictable, but it threw me through a loop over and over again. Just like
I can name a few things that were not predictable. One, his teacher becoming one of their members in the tournament. Though it was mentioned, like, this is her, and then they like revealed her face and it was some young lady, and we're like, all right, so who is she really? And then the thing that was predictable, probably when I was older, was Yusuke being a demon somehow. And then otherwise, nothing was really predictable in that show. No, Yu Yu Hakusho is kind of unique.
Exactly, and since people trying to be so would you think that Naruto or Black Clover, having a human who's also have a demon, part demon with him, kind of copied that from Yu Yu Hakusho? Would you think that could be a theory?
Oh, snap. I see where you're going with this.
Yeah, there's stories that have taken inspiration from other stories from the past and just incorporate them in new ways.
No, that literally just, how dare you, Llevoc? You just ruined Black Clover for me.
Hey, Llevoc.
What's that?
Fitting.
Okay.
100% fitting. Because I was really into Black Clover. I literally just watched every single episode on Funimation in a week.
No, you watched only every single episode that's dubbed in a week.
I could have finished it in a day, and you know that. I just didn't want to sit there and read subtitles while I was doing other stuff.
That's fair. But trust me, once you get later, it has symbolism there for actual purpose, unlike some other anime where it throws symbolism.
You don't understand. Llevoc showed me Black Clover, and I was able to call out every single detail up until, what do you think? After they fought the Black Demon out of the first that one group of people that I already forgot about.
The elves?
No, past the elves. That Black Demon.
I need to go back and rewatch or reread. I forget what you're talking about.
A little spoiler, the first Wizard King comes back to life, called that. He killed his best friend, called that. The best friend was an elf, called that. And the only thing I probably didn't call in the first couple of episodes was that his sister was hooking up with the head elf. And they had a kid together.
What a whore.
Llevoc, call me a liar. Did I not call that out after watching 3 episodes?
Nope, you're a liar.
You're lying. Shut the fuck up.
You told me to call you a liar. So I'm only doing what you told me to do. Jeez. You don't want me to call you a liar, then just fucking say so.
Liar!
Hey. None of that. None of that.
Why you always lying?
So my wife actually gets really mad at me because I am very good at calling out details in shows that are redone in shows, because all I do is sit there and watch shows.
I bet you're that kind of person where, if there's like a military thing in the middle, you have to point out everything that's wrong.
Actually, military movies, I do not do that for the simple fact that I don't want to have that stereotype. I literally stay quiet during military movies.
Why you always lying?
You never watched a military movie with me. Don't even go there.
Yeah, you're right. It's always anime.
Exactly. There are a couple of military movies I'm just like, wait, how did that work? But then I sit there and shut up because I'm very confused and don't know why they thought that would happen.
You mean like shooting a gas tank and it exploding? In every action movie and military movie ever?
So funny enough, even though that's been proven on Mythbusters not to be real, if you shoot a gas tank and it starts emitting fumes, and then you shoot the metal gas tank around the metal gas tank and it hits a spark and creates a spark, it does cause a flame to start going out. It's not instant, it's not an automatic explosion, but it will go back into the gas tank, and if there's enough gas to fuel ratio, it will explode.
Yeah, but that's very rare to do.
And also a very long process.
Yeah.
Most of the time, they can put it out before that happens. However, it is still a very big concern. Hence, why they put propane tanks outside of the sun, and that's a OSHA regulation. You have to have it like I believe it's 10 feet away from each like direct sunlight at all times.
Hollywood.
I don't quote me on that, but I know it's an OSHA violation about propane tanks being out of the sun, but away 10 feet from the building. That's what it is. It's 10 feet away from the building, but it has to stay out of the sun.
Speaking of propane, do you sell propane and propane accessories?
So I grill with charcoal, so you know I like my meat charcoaled, like a man.
Okay. I can respect that.
I love it. Back to the show.
Yes.
Even though my topic was relevant and I had to put that out there.
No, he just got so offended he had to defend himself.
A little bit, because the whole bullets into a gas tank was like, it could technically happen, just
And
not
here
like
he goes again.
It's just, yeah, you're right. 100%, you were right. But it kind of still bugs me because it could happen, technically, if there's a spark.
Technically.
Anyway.
The show, however, yes, there are some predictable moments in the show, but at the same time, it's about how the characters interact with one another and how the story progresses from its start.
You mean like you meet characters interacting with each other, like Kuwabara grabbing boobs?
Oh my god. Yes, like Kuwabara grabbing boobs.
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 No, like legit. Do you think his hands would freeze off?
No.
He couldn't actually kiss the girl.
Virgin.
She should at some point learn how to control her powers and actually.
At some point, but it wasn't. It wasn't at the end of the series that she controlled her powers.
True.
Also, she would probably outlive him because she's a demon and doesn't age. Hence
Yeah.
EA.
Yeah.
And
Imagine
about it.
if they had kids. What would
Probably
their
said
child
he
be
was like over 100 some years old.
He's over 300 years old
There
in
it
his
was.
demon form. He is 15 years old in his human form.
Yeah, but his demon form is the one that matters. We all know this. The other one's just a possessed teenage kid in the 90s or 80s or whatever.
90s.
Regardless.
Early 90s, but still.
And I hate to say this, but how come? I mean, yeah, there's some really good anime today, but like, there's a lot that's not in my top. A lot of them from the top 10s are like
older shows.
Older, yeah. It's like the quality's going down.
So a lot of it's being repeated. which is what I've noticed. Hence why I'm able to call out certain aspects. For me, there are some good animes out there. They're just harder to find because they label them so stupidly.
So
That is true.
if
Is
they
it wrong
rebooted the
to-
show, how would you guys feel about it though? Like if they just did a whole full reboot, but didn't
I
screw it
love
up.
100% would love it as long. My problem is the voice changing. I have a hard time watching animes when there's a voice change. Bleach was horrible at this.
Yeah, they change their voice actors constantly.
Yes, and it
At
drove
least-
me nuts.
At least in the English dub. In the Japanese original, everybody stayed the same.
Yep. So Bleach was good. Obviously, Dragon Ball Z. I will never go wrong with that. Yu Yu Hakusho was one of my favorites.
I just want them
But
to continue
honestly-
I just want them to continue off the show, like a new arc. If they could do it with Dragon Ball Super, they could do it with Yu Yu Hakusho.
Dragon
Well-
Ball Super is going to be the lead anime show in every anime ever. Dragon Ball Z was literally the start of all animes.
No?
No, it wasn't the start. Let me rephrase. It was the
The spark?
franchise. It was
The
the
Spark?
biggest profiting.
Astro Boy was pretty profiting for
No
its
one cares
time.
about Astro Boys, and most people don't even know what that is nowadays. Ask what Dragon Ball Z is, and everybody fucking knows.
He
Fair.
does have a point.
See, I hate when people do that and be like, Astro Boy is this. And like, I've never seen a single episode of Astro Boy. Everybody knows what an Eminem song is, but tell me one song from Tupac. Oh, no, that's a bad example. One song from
Death Grips.
Death Grips. Thank you. That's a bad example. Everybody knows what Dragon Ball Z is because it's everywhere. Even if you don't watch it and never seen it, you know what it is.
That's
Well.
fair.
Yeah, 100%. Also, who here actually watched Astro Boys?
Me?
Loser.
Yay!
I've also watched Mazinger.
I don't even know what Mazinger is.
So think Gundams, but not. They
That's
so
not how.
you know how Gundams are very detailed robots?
And very political.
Some are very political, some are not.
No, they're all very political.
There are some that are not.
All right, I'll take your word for it. I stopped watching it when I was like 15, 16, something like that, because of how political that whole show was. Last arc was Gundam Golden Finger was the last like spinoff I watched or something like that.
Gundam.
Heh.
My favorite Gundam was Gundam Seed Destiny.
Zerek, where'd you go?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. I heard like a Windows like shut down or something, and I was like,
That was actually my laptop making a noise. It's saying, you need to plug up your laptop. You're dying.
oh, okay.
The
that makes
one
sense.
thing I do like about Yu Yu Hakusho's ending in the anime is it's completely different from the manga. They actually kiss at the end. Where in the manga, they just play in the ocean together.
Which annoys the hell out of me. Like, let a couple kiss. Really? Is it
Yeah.
too hard to animate or something?
The anime just decided, hey, we're going to change this little thing right here. We're going to have a more impactful ending.
Definitely do not agree at all. 0 stars. Llevoc probably gives it 5 stars because he's a virgin.
The fuck? I have a daughter.
It's funny because it's true. Hey, speaking of, when are we going to get webcams for this podcast? We need to start doing that.
Whenever I have a more permanent place. I'm currently in the process of
doesn't
moving.
want people to know that he's doing this naked. He doesn't want people to know.
Exactly.
No one wants to see that, so I get it.
Well, it can't be.
All right.
You know what? Let's all be fair. It can't be as bad as what Zach is doing right now.
That motherfucker's just getting drunk. Probably playing.
It was at that moment that I first realized Elaine had doubts about our relationship. And that, as much as anything else, led to my drinking problem.
Do you think that video is
You
overused
still don't
now? I feel like it's
understand
overused now.
Do what? What did you say, Ebon?
I still don't understand that video. That's
You've
not
never.
the problem. He just can't freaking put water to his mouth or lemonade.
That's the joke. Have you never seen Airplane?
No.
Nor have I.
Oh my god, y'all need to watch Airplane.
Okay, Astro Boy. I don't want to hear anything from you.
He called you a bitch with no nipples.
Wow, that escalated quickly. That is not what I said. However, he's correct. You have no nipples.
See, he was thinking it loudly though.
Ouch, that hurts.
It must be a semen thing. Hey, you know what else I want to mention before we end this broadcast?
What's that?
Hybrid Theory is still the best Linkin Park album out there. What do you think, Llevoc?
Oh, I agree. Anyone that says otherwise is a little bitch.
That video still does not match.
I need an adult.
I am an adult.
I need a real adult. Help.
Well, I think that wraps everything up for tonight. What do you guys think?
I believe so.
Well, there's another episode. I'm Ebon.
I'm Cyrek.
I'm Llevoc, and Zach's not here.
Because he's a drunk and no one cares.
He has issues.
He does. Have a good night.
Have a good night. See you guys next time.
Bye, bitches.